I can't very well do Toycember without throwing in some Mega Man, so yeah. Luckily, Jada just came out with her second wave of Mega Man figures, so I thought, let's spend the next 3 days covering those, shall we? And since my setup is still borked, it's nice to have a few figures with simple details, very large expressions, so I don't need to focus on zooming in on things all the time, or depending on an autofocus that wants to look at my shelves. So today we're going to be looking at the Mega Man repaint of the wave. This is Hyper Bomb. In lieu of a Bomb Man in the series so far, we are getting his weapon instead, giving us a bright green and white version of Mega Man. Very Yuletide, very festive for this time of year. It is not just those colors, obviously. You do have like the skin tone as well, but the red in the ears is still there. You have these little hits of lime green. Right there at the edges of his thighs and then the collar. Like that little splash of some additional stuff going on in there. And beyond that, yeah, it's just a very well painted, very well designed Mega Man. We talked about the main sculpt in its normal blue coloration on this channel before. No surprise that the Mega Man sculpt itself is pretty good. Now, for articulation, all of them pretty much have the same rundown. So you have a ball joint in both the top and the bottom of the head. Gives you a good range of motion all the way around there. You do have universal shoulders that are pinless, so they look very nice and clean and still function very well. You have an elbow that gets close to 90 degrees, a little bit limited because of the shape of, shape of Mega Man. You do have a wrist bend along with a swivel, but the wrist bend itself kind of tends to pull the stem out of the forearm, so you don't get too much out of it. Still, it's there if you need it. Torso is hinged. Or ball jointed, so lots of range of motion there. Waist also ball jointed, that rotates around. Pelvis section is a soft plastic, so that flexes as you need for poses. Thighs, universal motion, they swivel as well. Knee bend, decent, it's tight, not quite 90, but it gets close. Actually, a little bit beyond 90, good to see. And then the foot is also ball jointed, so you have some tilt as well as a back and forth motion. Great. So, plenty of articulation in these small figures. Really do like that. Articulation-wise, some of the cleanest Mega Man toys we've ever seen. But we need accessories too. So for these figures, we get more standard expressions, and then we get some weird ones. Like this head that can be popped on with the simple pop of the ball joint. I'm not a fan of this expression. That said, it's the expression from the official artwork for the Hyper Bomb weapon, which is why it's included. So, yeah, if you want to pose him like that, you can. He does come with his standard buster, which can replace his forearm as his main weapon. This is designed to go on either side, left or right, depending on how you bend the elbow joint on it. But we don't really need it for the Hyper Bomb because the Hyper Bomb is a thrown weapon. So you get a right hand that's kind of curved in fingers like so, and then you get the one we'll be using, which is a wide open splayed hand. I'm going to go ahead and pop that off of the stem, pop in the replacement, and let's just give him like a quick simple pose to just like hold on to something, so we'll just imagine that the bomb's going to go there. The bomb itself is right here. So like a lot of these figures with weapon accessories, they do come with a stand to display it in flight. And it's especially good for the Hyper Bomb because while it does have a peg hole in the bottom, there's no hand that includes a peg. So Mega Man cannot hold the Hyper Bomb without either very lucky balancing when you pose him or without the stand itself. Now there is a slight issue, and this might just be mine. Yeah, a display stand shouldn't do that. The hinges on my display stand are exceptionally loose, so if I put it in any pose that isn't balanced like this, it's just gonna collapse on me. So I usually just use it to just like plop the Hyper Bomb just like right down. Try to aim the stem of it between Mega Man's index finger and thumb. That way it looks like he's got it in palm. And that's pretty much how he's going to display, I think, in my collection. So I do wish he had a hand that just had the ability to hold on to it without the stand. I wish the stand was a little bit tighter so I could trust it a little bit more. But that might just be a QC issue on this one for me. Yours might vary. But still, fun way of including Bomb Man in this wave without actually resorting to him, because he might be a weird price point due to his size. I don't know yet. We haven't heard when or how Bomb Man is happening to complete the original roster. For now, I think it's not a bad choice for a weapon swap Mega Man. I will absolutely take it over the usual suspects, which usually let Mega Man be in rush-colored red. I've seen I've seen like what was it, like Elect Man's weapon once was a paint job. You just get rid of the usual suspects, and also green. I'm happy with green. Still, really solid figure if the QC works out. Just wish it had a couple more things that would have made me truly happy with it.
Analysis complete. Adapting translators to local language.
Are you out there?